Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Critical repairs and upgrades at your child's school hinging on which way voters cast their ballots on Election Day.
Do you think you've really reached a crisis point?
I think we have, and it's not being overly dramatic.
A News 6 investigation earlier this year uncovered more than $800 million worth of repairs needed to be done in Marion County schools. Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. Now voters in both Marion and Orange counties can choose whether they want to up the sales tax by a half cent to repair the public schools. So to give you an idea of the plight Marion County is facing right now, the oldest operating school there is 8th Street Elementary School in Ocala. That was built in 1914. Almost half the schools in the district are older than 50 years old, and the portables that the district is using as a solution will all be older than 20 years old after this school year. Investigator Eric Sandoval shows us the school board there is making a list of what they want to get done first.
Have you seen a 1972 open concept classroom in a minute?
Not that comes to mind, no.
All right.
When we visited East Marion Elementary School back in February, we found out the classrooms didn't have doors or walls.
You're standing in what is intended to be 4 classrooms.
This is 4 classrooms?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, and that would be 4, but that's our clinic. So no doors, no walls.
How do the students learn?
They make it work.
This is just one of the reasons why Marion County's superintendent says her district is in a crisis.
Do you think you've really reached a crisis point?
I think we have, and it's not being overly dramatic.
Our investigation uncovered 80% of Marion County school maintenance requests don't get fixed because they don't have the $840 million to do it. Now, voters will decide if they want to pay a half-cent sales tax to raise the money to repair the schools. The school board is hoping they say yes, and News 6 has gotten a hold of the list of priorities that they want to get done first. That includes $4 million to add secure doors to East Marion Elementary School.
I mean, that's it. This is it between us and 80 students.
You can see the age.
And $15 million to build new classroom wings at Fort King Middle School and Ward Highlands Elementary School, where some of the portable classrooms here are being held up by cinder blocks, and you can see insulation is falling out of some of them. In total, Marion County School Board members have a priority list that tops $326 million. In Orange County,
I noticed some paint peeling along the rafters there.
Voters will decide if they want to renew the half-cent sales tax already being used to maintain their schools. Rory Salambini is the Chief Facilities Officer for Orange County Public Schools. He walked us through some of the upgrades already underway at Howard Middle School, where they're replacing a 22-year-old air conditioning unit.
What do you think is the biggest obstacle towards maintaining schools in Orange County Public Schools?
Money. I think it's definitely money.
Easy?
Opponents of this measure say they don't want to pay more taxes, but those in favor of this half-cent sales tax point to the fact that Central Florida is a huge tourist destination, so a lot of visitors would end up paying for it. They say just think about if one of the world's largest Buc-ee's was built in Marion County, how much money that would raise. Election Day is next Tuesday. In the newsroom, Eric Sandoval, getting results, News 6.
Yeah, the Buc-ee's is going to raise a lot of money because people, they love it. You build a new one and they will come. But the ages of the school, that's just stunning.
Yeah.
That
when you heard 1914?
110 years old. And Eric said that wasn't even the oldest school.
Goodness.
There's one they're still using from the late 1800s. I mean, with upgrades, but you can only upgrade a school that's that old in so many ways.
There's never a right time to ask someone if they want their taxes raised. And I know that's difficult, especially in today's economy right now.
Yeah, it's hard to get people to pay more.
It really is. So, but when you see it, and I think that's smart on the county, on the district for showing us the issues and showing us
what they're dealing with,
what that money will go towards. It's important. We'll have to see what happens, though. Marion County actually asking people to vote on 2 sales tax hikes.
Yeah, in addition to the half cents for school, the county is looking to extend its penny sales tax initiative. The goal is to fund public safety, road projects, and animal services. The tax hike has been in effect since 2016. If approved this year, the extension would last 20 years. A reminder, you don't have to wait until November 5th to actually cast your ballot. Today is National Vote Early Day.
Yeah, and News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez is at UCF to hear what students and people early voting there think about this election.
For some students, it's their first time casting a ballot.
There's like a lot more on the line, it feels like, this year, more than most. And I didn't vote when I was 18, so I kind of felt guilty for not doing it.
For others, voting is more personal this time around.
I had just turned 18 when I first voted, so even though my beliefs were kind of the same, I feel like I hadn't really grasped everything, but this time I know what I'm doing.
Top of mind for many, abortion and Amendment 3.
What are some of the topics this election cycle that are important to you?
Ooh, important to me, I would definitely say reproductive health, reproductive rights. Whether you like it or not, where abortions are legal is where safer practices are held.
I think the abortion rights that are on the ballot, I think the legalized marijuana recreationally that's on the ballot are very important.
Definitely a woman's right to choose what to do with her body. Recreational marijuana is a big one on there.
Senior Hayden Myers says he wants to see people his age engage with politics in real life, not just online.
I think it's really funny to post these videos of the debates and like these funny conversations happening and like these funny talking heads that we have, but it's not funny. Like, politics is a very important thing.
They tell me they weren't going to let anything stop them from voting, and they hope others their age feel the same.
I think the most important thing is to vote.
And that was Stephanie Rodriguez reporting. Our voter guide is live right now. You can find polling locations, hours, or you can just read up on the candidates on your ballot. Just head to clickorlando.com/results2024 to find it. Well, Western Orange County has become a prime area for development, especially Horizon West. But one Orange County commissioner is hoping to slow it down because of flooding.
Yeah, the area of Reams and Fiquette Roads saw major flooding in 2022 after Hurricane Ian and more recently after Hurricane Milton. And commissioners want to find out the best way to stop it. News 6's Emily McLeod was in the area earlier today and tells us more about the commissioner's concerns for her district.
You can still see there's water along Reams Road after flooding caused by Hurricane Milton. Now, Orange County Commissioner Nicole Wilson says the surrounding wetlands in this area are part of the problem. So she's calling for a pause in development to try to figure out long-term solutions for this area.
We were at Tuesday's Orange County Commission meeting where Wilson presented her concerns about flooding near Reams and Fiquette Roads.
There's no question about whether or not it was probably already affected by these types of weather events, but the development activity has exacerbated it.
One of the problem areas Commissioner Wilson pointed out is here, right in front of a Disney employee entrance and exit. During her presentation, she showed pictures of what this area looks like when it's completely flooded.
It's an employment center where those people have to come and go, right? They actually have to come and go.
Commissioner Wilson says they removed the center blockades here out in front of this Disney employee entrance and exit in order to try to help people work around those floodwaters a little bit better. But the problem here is that she says now people are playing sort of like a game of chicken to hug the center of the road as much as possible in order to not damage their cars. But people who live and work in this area may have to wait a little bit longer for a long-term solution. The county has scheduled a January 7th workshop to discuss this issue. And in the meantime, they'll gather information to see if a pause on development is the right answer. For now, reporting in Orange County, I'm Emily McLeod, Getting Results, News 6.
Now at 6:30, a program designed to provide temporary protection for storm-damaged roofs is being extended. The Army Corps of Engineers will continue accepting applications for Operation Blue Roof through Thursday, November 14th. So the program makes tarping available for free for homes damaged by Hurricane Milton. The goal is to help reduce the chance of further damage until permanent repairs can be made. Find out more information like who's eligible and how to apply right now at clickorlando.com.
Virus season is almost here, and yes, we're talking about RSV, flu, and COVID. The runny noses, coughs, you've heard it all. Today, Advent Health Center Care talked about what they're noting at their facilities as they remind people to get their flu shot. Dr. Tim Hendricks says they've noticed an uptick in RSV, and it was around this time last year the flu started to make its presence known.
Consider yourself forewarned. It's out there. Last year, this exact same time last year, right about the week of Halloween, we saw an increase in flu, and that was the start of our flu season. From Halloween into December, we saw a steady increase in people coming in with influenza. We had an early season last year.
News 6 is teaming up with Advent Health Center Care to offer free flu shots. No appointments or insurance is needed. The first event is Tuesday, November 11th at the facility along West 1st Street in Sanford. I think that's Monday, November 11th. There will be 2 more locations, the 13th and 14th in Orlando and Claremont. You can find all the details at clickorlando.com. All right, time now to take a look at what's trending on Central Florida's #1 news website, clickorlando.com.
Well, first, Seminole County was recognized by Niche as the top public school district in the entire state of Florida. For a look at the other school districts in Central Florida that made the cut, made that top grade, and for a look at how Niche arrived at these rankings, you can find it online. By the way, Ginger, do you know who is a product of Seminole County Public Schools?
Hello.
Hello, this right here.
All
what
of
a
it.
ringing endorsement, right? No, but that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's always been a big draw for people. They want to live in Seminole County because of the schools. It's like one of the first things you ask people if you do a story in Seminole County. Why'd you move here? What do you like about
The
it?
schools.
The schools.
Yeah,
Always
number one. Well, they did a great job with you, Justin. Really
Thank
did.
you. I'm the exception.
And here are some of the other trending stories right now over on clickorlando.com. The owner of a well-known bail bonds business in Central Florida is accused of offering bonds for sexual favor. A closer look at the investigation is online and coming up on News 6 tonight at 11 o'clock.
And if you accidentally hit a car with your door, can they demand cash? Well, Trooper Steve is answering another viewer's traffic question. Check it out. I know that's certainly...
Oh, let me tell you, when people just fling their doors
and you catch
open,
them?
it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
the worst. And they pretend not to see you. Okay, as we prepare to hit the roads to Pine Hills, we're catching up with law enforcement there and asking them what makes their community special. Jonathan.
And we are pinpointing a couple of stray downpours in the mix to see it working their way off of the Atlantic, pushing towards the I-4 corridor into Lake and Marion counties. We're going to pinpoint when these wrap up and take a look at your Halloween forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And is artificial intelligence bringing animals back to life? The unique experiment going on inside a museum across the pond.
You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus. We're getting results in Deltona, DeLand, and all of Central Florida. Keep it here.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Tuesday evening traffic alert. We're going to see those 3 hot spots that we talk about all the time. 417 between 528 down towards the Boggy Creek area. We'll see some lane closures there. We'll also see a lane closure westbound I-4 starting around 528. You need to pay attention to this because they're going to push traffic all to the right-hand side and will slow you down if you're an early riser. And then that construction always lingering along 429 north and southbound using the Turnpike as our center point. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely, and I'll catch you in the morning.
All right, give you a live look outside Daytona Beach with the Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia camera. By this time, Sunday, we will not be able to see this great vantage point because we get that time changing, but we're going to enjoy it while it's here.
That's nice. I like the time change, though. I don't mind it.
You like it?
I do.
Love the darkness.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I liked
At
it when I
night.
worked mornings for sure.
That was the
100%.
key.
Yeah.
Get those kids in bed.
Yeah. I mean, it gets dark. By the time I'm off anyway, it's dark, so yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, more darkness.
No one's having any fun after that.
The Halloween lights can pop a little
Oh,
earlier
yeah,
than
and then the Christmas lights. Yeah, good point.
There
Good
you
point.
go.
You're right.
Thinking positive
There
there.
you go.
Yeah, it's going to be a little rough, though, once we get into Sunday evening. All right, so we have some scattered showers on the radar right now. Nothing too crazy. A few downpours getting ready to push into Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach. We have a few more downpours right around Astor. None of these are too terribly heavy, and these are quick hitting Palm Bay. We had some rain come through. We have more rain back off the coast. This is now pushing into Deer Park and Aholapaw, Kenansville. We are dry right now, but we do have some darker clouds and some downpours off towards our east. Future radar doing a very nice job tonight. We saw that little mess off of the Volusia coastline. There it is as we move over the next 15 to 20 minutes. That will continue to push onshore. Here's 10 o'clock tonight. When we talk at the 11 o'clock news this evening, we're likely going to have a few stray downpours out there. Again, nothing too crazy. That is 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. A few stray downpours in the mix, I think, for your commute into work. Again, with that stiff breeze off the Atlantic, and it is gusty out there, we're going to keep adding some extra moisture to generate a few more of these downpours. That's lunchtime on Wednesday. The white on your screen representing the cloud cover, which we'll see a little bit of extra cloud cover in the mix tomorrow. There goes more scattered showers. Again, it's kind of that same rinse, wash, and repeat, even through Halloween. Halloween, though, is not going to be a total loss by any means. Here's a live look outside at Port Canaveral. It was a little clearer a little while ago when we checked this camera out at about 6:17. The wind is starting to blow a little bit harder. Let's a live look with our Launch Credit Union camera. Sustained now near 20 miles an hour. Air temperature is back to the mid-70s right now. We are at 75 in Palm Coast. Bunnell, good evening. We're back to the mid-70s as well. 80 in Claremont. Point Siena into Kissimmee, we're hanging around 80 degrees. Mico, good evening. We're back to 76. Same for us just up the road in Melbourne. Now here's a look at your pinpoint, accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Temperatures tomorrow getting back to the low 80s along the coast, more like the low to middle 80s inland. We're at 83 in Orlando, 83 in Sanford into Lake Mary. Mount Dora will check in at around 84, same for us into Eustis. Halloween forecast looking pretty good. It's on the warmer side. There's still going to be that opportunity as we dodge a stray quick hitting shower, but that's really it. Most of the day looking good. The evening looking very nice. 4 o'clock, we're at 84. Trick-or-treat time, we're hanging out into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. We're back to the low to mid 70s by 8 o'clock. So again, a very nice night for trick-or-treating. Still keeping a close watch on the tropics. Hurricane Center continues to have that orange blob there representing a medium shot for tropical development over the next 7 days. There's still a lot of uncertainty as to where this thing could go if it gets its act together. It's going to be a very broad system initially, likely developing late this week or into the weekend, so have a close eye on that. But likely somewhere around the Western Caribbean, maybe into the Gulf of Mexico. But again, a lot left to be ironed out with this system as we're watching it closely. Again, don't pay attention to those model runs that show doom and gloom everywhere because they have no idea because there's no storm developed just yet. 85 on Halloween, 85 on Friday. The breeze starts to kick up a little bit. We're staying in the low to mid 80s, guys, to the middle of next work week.
Not too shabby. Thank you, Jonathan. Well, you may remember us talking about our WKMG Hits the Road mission a lot at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, so even though Hurricane Milton threw a big old wrench in our plans temporarily, we're still planning to hit the road in Pine Hills soon. So Trooper Steve went on patrol today with one of the people responsible for keeping the community safe, talked about the relationship between law enforcement and the community.
So I will say that overall, I think that there's this desire to take their community back. They don't want to be under this idea of crime hills, and the people that run this community and the ones that are the most involved, they live here, they've grown up here, and they want to take it back. And they want to make this an economic boomtown, and they want it to be a great place to work, live, and play.
Right.
And it absolutely has all that potential. And there's so much diversity here, and I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about it. But I have never seen a community rally better than the community of Pine Hills. And when they want something, they go full force.
They get it done.
And when I tell you, they go out, they use and leverage all of these community partnerships. You know, women and the men that serve with the Pine Hills Community Council and our neighborhood improvement districts, there's always a project, and they're not thinking right now, they're thinking 10, 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah, and that is a community that is really turning things around.
Yeah. You know, I spent some time in Pine Hills today, and I think that was the overall theme, is that this place is on the rise.
Yeah.
There's more investment going in, not just from private
Yeah, and you heard her talk about long-term plans.
Exactly.
That's
and
how
so
you know.
if you're buying stock in a place, buy now in Pine Hills. And you can hit the road with Trooper Steve on patrol weekday mornings at 8 on the new 6 Plus streaming app for your smart TV or by going to clickorlando.com.
Artificial intelligence is bringing animals back to life in a unique experiment across the pond.
CBS's Tina Kraus is at a museum in London to tell us what this is all about.
In a museum full of skeletons, you might wonder,
hello, how are you?
Who's he talking to? After all, the last time a dodo was seen alive was nearly 400 years ago. But artificial intelligence has given this one new life.
Reviving the dodo is a thought-provoking notion.
Researchers in Cambridge, England are aiming to deepen our ties to nature through face-to-face chats with long-lost creatures. The conversation starts by scanning a QR code.
They can have an actual conversation with an animal, with a specimen, and that, I think, brings it to life in a really different way than a normal museum exhibit might.
Fellow creatures.
AI is giving a voice to 13 specimens, including a narwhal, a butterfly, a fin whale, and even a cockroach. And these smart skeletons know more than just the facts. They come with personalities, too.
You could ask it, how its day was, what it had for breakfast. You can have a proper conversation. What do you think about humans?
Humans, a curious bunch indeed. Your fascination with nature's quirks, like me, can spark important conversations about biodiversity and conservation.
Jack, welcome back.
Museum directors hope giving visitors a playful, personalized approach will ignite a passion for preservation. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Now I want to hear what the rest of them sound
No, they all have different voices. How do they pick the voices to go with each creature?
I don't know, just a random AI. Interesting, though. It gets you talking.
It is. And listen, as weird as it is giving you like facts about the dodo bird and other creatures.
Who knew the dodo could even talk?
Crazy. Well, by the way, the Museum of Zoology in Cambridge says it's the first in the world to let creatures converse directly with visitors through AI. They can do it with 20 different languages, too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Try driving past this Orange County house without stopping and staring. Good luck. Meet the people behind all of this and find out the special reason they decided to start decorating in the first place.
Coming up in the morning, getting results for animals in need.
The local county set to break ground on a new multi-million-dollar shelter and why workers say they cannot wait for the big upgrade.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 Morning starting at 5 a.m.
Well, happy haunts from Central Florida. We asked our viewers to share how they're getting into the holiday spirit, the Halloween holiday spirit, and it's really materialized. I mean, look at this.
Look at this. Yeah, last week we showed you a Ghostbusters home. Now we're going to the Dr. Phillips area of Orange County. Our photojournalist DJ McCatherine shows us an iconic Disney attraction that has taken shape.
I'm Kara.
I'm Mike. This is our home, and we've decorated it to bring some nostalgia for Haunted Mansion and the graveyard scene from it. The first Haunted Mansion piece we came across was the Hitchhiking Ghost. Kind of fell in love with that decor piece and then wanted to expand on the collection from there. 2021 is when I really started putting stuff out, and then 22 we really started building everything. We wanted to start decorating to try to get that feeling back and inject this area with that kind of seasonal atmosphere.
Anytime that we see something that looks neat, we're kind of like, all right, can we add this to the, where could this go? Can we add it in?
He's new, we just added him this year. We want to try to bring back the joy we had while we were kids. Everybody knows Halloween Horror Night. That kind of an audience skips the kids. The Haunted Mansion itself is that PG version, or even that G version of the same thing. You get the creepiness that the little 4-year-old's not going to run away from screaming. We find it important for the kids to get out and get involved because it really attaches them to the community and the time of year. Seeing communities get invested in that kind of atmosphere is important.
Getting to do this for the holidays, it breaks that day-to-day 9 to 5 that the rest of the year gives, and it gives that like, no, I get to actually be like differently creative. And I love that we were able to incorporate your family's old decorations of that little skeleton guy that's in pieces and the little zombie over here. Those were originally decorations that we were kind of contemplating throwing out because we just didn't know what to do with them. And then we kind of went, you know, they kind of work.
Next year, I know our focus is going to be more on the pumpkin patch side of the yard since we invested so much in upgrading the graveyard for the last 2 years. The graveyard will get a couple new things next year, but not as much as it did this year. Well, this is our treat stash for Halloween night. We've got 3 big bags of candy we picked up at our local Costco's and Sam's Clubs. We've got a giant box of fruit snacks for the kids that can't have candy or chocolate. And we've got something special for our 4-legged friends that show up dressed in costume. Happy Halloween!
All right, I want to go there.
They included the dogs.
Did it right.
Awesome.
They go all out, and when you go all out, you go all out.
Yeah, that is where I love that they have such enthusiasm. I just don't know where to store it all.
Yeah, they got to have a 3-car garage with 2 cars, or like a nice attic, or a shed,
separate storage
or maybe a
facility.
storage facility that just
Maybe
houses all the
something,
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
all
great.
Right, well, they did a great job. Well, you can find out about more details about this home and where to find it. Plus, check out other neat displays across town. This one was sent in from Altamont Springs saying, beware of the pirates of San Sebastian.
Oh, I know San Sebastian. Oh, yeah, right
Find
along
it all.
434.
That looks good, right?
Yeah.
It's all at clickorlando.com/pins. Really appreciate you guys participating in that. I want to see you guys, your stuff, coming up this week sometime.
Too late. I mean, we're already, I think in a couple weeks, I'm going to start putting the Christmas lights up. I think that's what's going to happen in my household. So get those done early. The Halloween stuff is great. I just missed the window.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, thanks for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on the News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
See ya.